Thierry Henry! Just a delight! Over to his left, that's the ball! Pires, that's the goal! And who else against Southampton but Robert Pires?
You know what's harder than winning the Premier League? Doing it without losing a single game. 38 games, 26 wins, 12 draws, 0 losses. In 2003/04, Arsenal did the impossible, dismantling teams, breaking defenses. So how did Wenger's team become the Invincibles when nobody else could? I'm breaking down the 5 real reasons, and number 3 is why no modern team has copied it. What's up, guys? I'm Shakes. Here we talk football without the boring pundit talk. Today, how Arsenal became the Invincibles. By the end of this, you'll know exactly why this team was built different. Let's get into it. First, this wasn't an accident. During Wenger's first years to his managerial job at Arsenal, the first non-English manager to take the step, he didn't just buy good players, he built a system 5 years ahead of the Premier League. In 2003, most English teams were still playing the classic 4-4-2 formation. 2 banks of 4, lump it to the big man, fight for second balls. Wenger said, "Come on," and imported Dutch total football. This faced some backlash from the fans, of cause but. Here's what made it click. 1. Every player was technical. Your center backs in 2003 were usually hackers. Arsenal had Sol Campbell and Kolo Touré bringing the ball out like midfielders. Ashley Cole wasn't just a left back, he was an extra winger helping the attack to build up play and disrupt the opponent's defense structure. Handing in an extra man up front. 2. The double pivot. Vieira and Gilberto Silva were the first true destroyer plus controller pairing the Prem saw. Vieira could drive forward and bully you. Gilberto sat and cleaned up. Try playing through that. You can't. 3. Fluid front 4. It looked like 4-4-2 on paper. In reality, Bergkamp dropped deep like a false 9. Pires drifted inside from left. Ljungberg made blindside runs from right, and Henry started wide left, then cut in. Defenders had no clue who to mark. The result, Arsenal averaged 60% plus possession in an era where 45% was normal. They weren't just winning, they were controlling games. The league literally wasn't tactically ready for it yet. Second, you can have the best system in the world, but you still need a guy who breaks it open. Arsenal had Thierry Henry in God mode, 30 Premier League goals, 20 assists. That's 50 goal contributions in 37 games. But stats don't tell you how he did it. Wenger basically designed the whole team to isolate Henry 1v1 on the left. Here's the pattern. Arsenal win the ball, Bergkamp takes one touch, slides it into the left channel, Henry is already sprinting. At that point, you're done. Because Henry had 4 options, and all of them sucked for you. 1. Cut inside and curl it far post with his right, his trademark. 2. Go outside and burn you for pace, then square it. 3. Chop back, make you fall over, then pass. 4. Just run straight and score anyway. Defenders started double teaming him, which is exactly what Wenger wanted, because now Pires is wide open back post, or Bergkamp has space between the lines. Henry wasn't just a scorer, he was a gravity well. He warped entire defenses around him. Fun stat, Arsenal scored 73 league goals. Henry was directly involved in 68% of them. Take him out that season, they don't go unbeaten. Simple. Point 3, and this is why no team has done it since. Pure, nasty, we will not lose mentality. People remember the beautiful football. They forget this team was full of straight up bullies. Vieira, Keown, Campbell, Lauren, even Jens Lehmann in goal. These guys would fight you in a parking lot. Take a look for example, the Battle of Old Trafford, September 2003, 0-0, 90-minute, United get a penalty. Van Nistelrooy steps up, hits the bar. Full-time whistle blows and Martin Keown loses his mind. He's in Ruud's face, jumping, screaming like he just won the World Cup. That's not classy, but it sent a message. You don't beat us. Not today. Not ever. That season they drew 12 times. 12. Go look at those games. Down 1-0 to Villa at 83 minutes. Pires equalizes. Down 1-0 to Portsmouth. Henry saves them. Down 2-1 to Chelsea. Henry scores twice in 4 minutes. Most teams lose 6 to 8 games a year just from bad days. Arsenal's bad days ended 1-1 because psychologically losing wasn't an option. Fergie even said it later. We could beat anyone else, but Arsenal that year, they had something extra in their head. Fourth, Wenger trusted his whole squad, and the squad delivered. Modern title races die because of injuries. One CB gets hurt, suddenly you're playing a 19-year-old and dropping points. The Invincibles had injuries too, but their backups were Edu, Ray Parler, Sylvain Wiltord, Nwankwo Kanu. Edu played 30 league games. He wasn't cover, he was a rotation starter who scored 7 goals from midfield. Parler, the Romford Pelé, could play RW, CM, RB, and you wouldn't drop quality. Kanu came off the bench and did Kanu things. That flick at Stamford Bridge in '99 was the warm-up.
Down by Kanu, and Edacho is out of his goal, and what's Kanu gonna do here?
Here's the key. Wenger rotated to keep legs fresh before players broke down. Bergkamp was 34, didn't play away games on short rest. Ljungberg had injury issues, so Wiltord started 12 games. Compare that to today. Teams run their starting 11 into the ground by March. Arsenal 03/04 used 24 players in the league. 24, and they all knew the system, all bought in. No egos, no leaks, no drama, just job done.
Invincibles, the 21st century men who under Arsene Wenger played 38 games the length and breadth of England and lost not one.
Last one, they were impossible to game plan against because they could beat you however the game needed. Most great teams have an identity. Pep's City equals possession. Klopp's Liverpool equals gegenpress. If you stop plan A, you have a chance. Arsenal 03/04 had plan A through E. 1. Outpass you. Bergkamp drops. Pyries and Ljungberg tuck in. Suddenly it's 6v4 in midfield. Death by 1,000 passes. 2. Counter you to death. Win the ball. 3 passes. Henry's 1v1 with your keeper. Game over in 9 seconds, ask Leeds. 3. Set pieces. Sol Campbell scored 6 goals that year. Arsenal were second in the league for set piece goals. 4. Grind you down. 1-0 wins away at Man City at Villa. Not pretty, just Vieira tackling everything and Henry nicking one. 5. Outfight you. Teams tried to kick them off the park. Bolton, Blackburn, typical 2000s Stoke before Stoke stuff. Arsenal just kicked back harder and still won. So when you played Arsenal, what's the plan? Press high, they play over you to Henry. Sit deep, Bergkamp unpicks you for 90 minutes. Kick them? Keon and Vieira like that. There was no weakness. That's why 0 losses. They always had another way. So that's it. Wenger's system changed English football. Henry was a walking cheat code. The mentality was illegal. The squad depth actually worked. And they had 5 different ways to win. Could it happen today? With VAR, better athletes, and City spending billions? Probably not. Which is why we still talk about them 20 years later. But I want to know, which Invincible was your favorite? And what current team comes closest to this vibe? Comments below. Like the video, subscribe for more. See you on the next one.